गुड मर्निङ एन्ड नमस्ते। आजको यो भिडियोमा म कम्प्युटरको जेनेरेसनको बारेमा गर्नेछु। जेनेरेसन अफ कम्प्युटर, जेनेरेसन भनेको के हो त? हामी नेपालीमा यसलाई पुस्ता यानि कि पिढी पनि भन्न सक्छौँ। फर इक्जाम्पल लेट्स टेक द इक्जाम्पल अफ ह्युमन बिङ। हामीभन्दा अगाडि हाम्रो एन्सेस्टर अथवा फोर फादरहरू हुनुहुन्थ्यो, हामीले पढेका छौँ, सुनेका छौँ। यस, एन्ड वाट द फिचर अफ वाट द क्यारेक्टरिस्टिक्स वी ह्याभ द्याट इज डिफ्रेन्ट फ्रम आवर एन्सेस्टर। हामीसँग अहिले जे विशेषता छ त्यो हाम्रो एन्सेस्टर अथवा फोर फादरमा थिएन। द्याट मिन्स वी आर इन डेभलप फेज। नो द्याट इन आवर एन्सेस्टर दे ह्याभ टेल. They used to live in jungles, and similarly they used to hunt animals for their food. What we are in today, that is different than our ancestor. That means human being also they face the different time period, and they go on developing and now reach in our age, and we are totally different than our ancestors. Same the way we are also going to talk about the generation of computer. Same things in case of computer also. For the first time, what the computer were present were totally different than the present generations. So let's talk about the generation of computer. The development of modern computer took place in 5 different distinct stages. It is known as the generation of computer. हाम्रो कम्प्युटरको डेभलपमेन्ट जम्मा 5 वटा टाइम पिरियड अथवा स्टेजमा डिभाइड भएको छ। त्यसैलाई नै हामी जेनेरेसन अफ कम्प्युटर भन्छौँ। जेनेरेसन अफ कम्प्युटर सिरियली इट इज कल्ड फर्स्ट जेनेरेसन, सेकेन्ड जेनेरेसन, third generation, fourth generation, and fifth generation. In the development of computer, in first generation of computer, what were the technology used and how they were, and what is the difference between all the 5 generation of computer? We are going to know about this. First generation of computer, there was used vacuum tube as the main technology or major innovation. First generation computer मा चाहिँ मेन टेक्नोलोजी युज भएको थियो कम्प्युटरमा, त्यो भनेको भ्याक्युम ट्युब युज गरिएको थियो। जस्तै प्रोसेसिङ, कम्प्युटरलाई प्रोसेसिङ गर्नको लागि प्रोसेसरमा भ्याक्युम ट्युब युज गरिएको थियो। द्याट इज द मेजर इनोभेसन अल्सो इट इज कल्ड। सिमिलरली we have second generation of computer, and in second generation of computer को second generation मा there was used transistor. Vacuum tube was replaced with transistor in second generation of computer. Similarly, in third generation of computer there was used integrated circuit, and in fourth generation of computer there was used very large scale integration, and fifth generation of computer there was used ultra large scale integration. Now we are going to read this generation computer in detail. First generation of computer time period, it was started from 1940 to 1956. The computer which were developed between 1940 to 1956, they are called first generation of computer. The main electronic component or major innovation, that means the main technology used in the first generation of computer were vacuum tube. Processing speed was in millisecond. That means what the computers were present in first generation. In the first generation, the computers were very slow. That means the processing speed was measured in millisecond. It is one of the part of second, millisecond, microsecond, nanosecond, picosecond, and many much. As we all know that the speed of the computer is usually measured in the seconds. So it is measured, the processing speed was usually measured in millisecond. That means it is slowest than other generation. It is size of computer were very large in first when computer was introduced. That means in first generation, the computers were present. These computers were very large in size, and similarly punch card papers were used as input output device. इनपुट आउटपुट डिभाइसको रूपमा पंच कार्ड पेपरहरू युज गरिन्थ्यो। जस्तो अहिले हामी किबोर्ड माउस युज गर्छौँ, त्यसरी इनपुट आउटपुट डिभाइस त्यति बेला डेभलप भएको थिएन। त्यतिखेर पंच कार्ड एज इनपुट डिभाइस एन्ड पेपर एज आउटपुट डिभाइस युज गरिन्थ्यो। दे कन्ज्युम मोर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी एन्ड प्रोड्युस मोर हिट एन्ड रिक्वायर फ्रिक्वेन्टली कुलिङ सिस्टम। फर्स्ट जेनेरेसन अफ कम्प्युटर, दे usually used to consume more electricity and also producing more heat. Due to consuming more electricity, it produces more heat, and for that purpose it required frequently cooling system. So let's talk some of the example of first generation of computer, ENIAC. In ENIAC you have also read in the history of generation of history of computer about the ENIAC. Now we are going to discuss about the second generation of computer, and time period for second generation of computer was 1956 to 1963. As you all know that in second generation there was main technology used called transistor. Major innovation technology was transistor. Programming language used assembly language. What that means, in previous generation, what the language that computers use are not same like present. In present time we are using the operating system, yes, which is based on the user interface. It is easy to understand by the user also. But at that time, the previous generation, that means first or second generation, they usually used to handles the input from user by using their own machine level language, and the language are different. They are called low level language and high level language. High level language are those languages which are very easy to understand, but machine level language, they are difficult one, and they are only the computer understandable languages. And these types of computers in second generation and first generation, they use as low level language. That category fall under the assembly level language. It is also one of the low level language. Similarly, storage device were same as the first generation of computer. What the storage device, punch card were used same. It is same as the second generation. Now not well developed input output devices. It was same like as the earlier generation. Same the way input output devices also were not properly developed. They are also same like the first generation's computer. The size of the computer were smaller than first generations, but here the size of the computer goes on decreasing. In first generation the size we know that it's very large in size, but in second generation it was decreases it, and it is smaller than the first one. The size, cost, power requirement, heat generation decreases compared to the first generation. What the computers they use in first generation, that is little bit changed or developed in second generation. That means the size of the computer also decreases. Similarly, cost and power requirement, what the electricity consume, it also decreases, and due to the less electricity consumed, it also produce less heat. Yes. So in this way the development of computer took place. Some of the example of second generation of computer is IBM 1620. Similarly, IBM 1794. These are some of the example of second generation of computer. Now third generation of computer. Third generation of computer is started from 1964 to 1973, and major innovation was used called integrated circuit. Technology used integrated circuit. Operating speed, it was measured in the nanosecond, that is faster than earlier one. Programming language, high level language like Fortran, COBOL, Pascal, C, C++. These are some of the example of high level programming language. Now from the third generation of computer, the computer is little bit developing. It is not similar as the earlier generation, because in this generation the high level programming language are used, which is easy to understand, and it is due to this use of high level language, we can work on such computer very easily. And input output device improved in this generation. Keyboard is input device and monitor is output device also introduced. In case of input and output device also, it is properly developed than the earlier generation. Here keyboard is also introduced in this generation as input device, and monitor as output device are also introduced. Processing speed, storage capacity increases compared to the previous generation. Yes, processing speed also increases, same the way storage capacity. The storage capacity the earlier generation computer have, that is limited one, but now in third generation storage capacity is increases and can store the large amount of data instruction compared to the previous generation. Size, cost, power requirement decreases compared to the previous generation. As generation goes on increasing, the size of the computer goes on decreasing, and cost also goes on increasing power requirement, but these all things are goes on decreasing compared to the previous generation. Example of third generation of computer, IBM 360. Similarly, Honeywell 200. These are some of the example of third generation of computer. Now we are in fourth generation of computer. Fourth generation of computer, it is started from 1974 to now. That means it is also called the present generation of computer. What the computer we are using today, these all computers are fall under the fourth generation of computer. That means we are using computers based on fourth generation of computer. In fourth generation of computers, there was used VLSI, and it is also called microprocessor with VLSI. It was the technology used in fourth generation of computer. Similarly, operating speed of fourth generation of computer also increases. It was faster than earlier generation of computer. Every work can be completed within a very limited time period. That means in a picosecond, that is faster than other seconds. Similarly, programming language use 4GL language, that means fourth generation language programming language were used. Memory used primary memory called RAM, random access memory, and ROM, read only memory. These types of memories is primary and secondary memory also introduced. Secondary memory called magnetic disks, optical memory, flash memory, pen drive, memory card, many others. Whatever the storage devices we are using today, these all falls under the fourth generation of computer. These all are developed in fourth generation of computer. Before fourth generation of computer, there were not introduced such types of technologies. Similarly, advanced input output devices were developed in fourth generation of computer. The input output devices also developed in advanced way than other earlier generations. These computers are used for general purposes. General purpose and specific purpose. There are two differences. In specific purpose, that means those computers which were only used for the special purpose, or specific only for specific work. These are the special purpose. But general means overall activities, whatever the activities we perform by using the computer for performing the different types of activity. This is the general purposes. Microcomputers are developed, and fourth generation of computers, the computers were very small in size. It is called the microcomputer, that is the small computers. Only from fourth generation microcomputers are developed. Before that, the computers were not small in size, they were large in size. These computers are portable and reliable in nature. That means these types of computers are easy to carry from one place to another, and also we can use these types of computer very easily to perform any types of work. These are user-friendly computers. User-friendly, that means whatever the work we are going to perform on computer, we can perform such types of work very easily, because all the systems and the functions in the computer can be understandable. So this is the user-friendly computer. One can easily work on the computer, so it is user-friendly computer. Similarly, examples of fourth generation of computer, these all are the examples what we computers are present today. These all are the examples of fourth generation of computers. Now we are in fifth generation of computer, that is present to future generation. What the development of computer will be held in the future, these computers are called fifth generation of computers. And in present also we see some of the example of fifth generation computer, like is robot. Yes, this is also one of the example of fifth generation of computer, and which is used artificial intelligence, AI technology to be used by chip. These types of computer, they use technology is biochip. It is other than the chip, it is also one of the kind of chip, but it is different operating system. It was very it will be very fast. Programming language to be used, that is the natural language. Maybe in fifth generation of computer there is the use of natural language. What the language we will talk, we are talking now, that is the natural level languages, and computer can understand all over the natural languages. The computer will have AI, artificial intelligence. These computers will be used in complex calculation where intelligence of the computer is required, and these types of computers can be used in every such complex calculations and activities. Computers will be based on KIPS, knowledge based information processing systems. Thank you for today.